Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I want to take a moment to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel, but more importantly, for connecting your energy with mine so that when I go to do these readings, I can kind of tap into that. So I love it when you leave me a comment. All right, I'm going to cover December 16th through December 22nd really quickly in a brief week overview of what the moon is doing and how that's going to affect you. And then we'll move into the sun sign season of Capricorn and how that energy, which is really strong and powerful, is going to affect your life. Change is coming. I don't know what the cards are going to say today, but I can just tell you change is coming. We have an eclipse that happens on a new moon eclipse in Capricorn happening on December 26th, and then a full moon in Cancer eclipse happening on January 11th, and on January 12th we have Pluto deep transformation in exact conjunction with Saturn, who likes boundaries and constrictions and how do you make a structure that's sound. Meanwhile, we've got Jupiter that's moved into Capricorn playing around, and Venus is in there, and Venus is about what do you value? What does love mean to you? And so all these energies floating around in Capricorn, Venus won't be there all year, but the other three will. And so, it's going to be a pretty powerful year in general for 2020. Lots of structures and boundaries that are coming down or being replaced. And so change is coming. So the question becomes, how do we manage it, right? So I would just like to encourage you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising for a more complete picture. Your sun sign is the core view. It is your value system, and it's how you view the world. Your rising sign, it's your personality. It's how you interact with the world. It's how the world is going to see you. And your moon sign is going to be, how do you feel about what's going on, the energies around you, and how you're reacting and responding to them. So to get a really good idea of what's going on in your life, it's always a good idea to check out all three. If you don't know what your rising sign is, I do have in the details below, there is a link to a site that will help you to figure that out, but you would need to know what time you were born and where you were born in order to do that. Okay, yeah, you're getting a lot of cards. You're getting a lot of cards here. I can see this is going to be interesting right here. All right, so I am doing a 2020 preview. I will do general videos as soon as they are done. And Leo, you are near the top of my list. It is loosely based on a inspiration from the divine, and also I kind of was looking at over the last 6 months who's really participated. And so I think you're actually number 2 on my list. I haven't started recording them yet, but by the time this comes out, they might be out there. So just hang in there. But you can purchase a personalized version of those with some additional decks that I pull cards from for just $20.20. My goal here on this channel is to make it affordable for people to get the information they need, because we are going through this ascension. It is happening, and as much guidance as we can get during this time of awakening, I'm trying to do my part to keep it affordable to allow that to happen. So if you want to, you can buy a gift certificate that you can use later in the year, or that you can give as a gift, or you can use it for any of my $29.99 pre-recorded videos that I do. Oh, you have so much going on. I'm afraid to see what's going on. This may end up being a longer video than I wanted. Okay. But hey, you know what? Spirit's in charge. We'll just go with that. So just send me an email if you'd like to purchase a video, and we can, and I will get that out to you as soon as possible, or you can purchase it as a gift certificate, and we can do it a little bit later in the year if that works. They're only on sale through December 31st. So now would be the time to make that commitment for yourself to get a little extra guidance in the upcoming year. Okay, and it is going to be a big year of change. So let's talk about what's going on with the moon right now. The moon, as we walk into the week, is in Leo, and so that's in your first house of you, and it is a time to wrap some stuff up. It is the end of the year anyway, but then this energy of placement of the moon, it is definitely about finishing some stuff up, figuring out where all the pieces go. What are you going to do with it? On Tuesday and Wednesday, that moon is in Virgo, and Virgo says, hey, let's be organized about this. You know, you are resilient. You figured some stuff out. Let's use that wisdom and really organize this and get rid of what's not working. That energy from that full moon that we had at the gateway of 12/12 on Thursday, that was in Gemini, and so something was illuminated, and so there should be some information that can really be distilled into wisdom and used to show you just you're resilient and you can do this and you can make things forward and move things forward in a very constructive manner for yourself. On the Thursday and Friday, the moon is going to be in Libra, and when it is in Libra, Libra likes balance. You know, it's about partnership and balance, and your reputation is going to be on display. You're going to have reflected back to you the energy you've put out. So if you've been working on a project really hard, chances are really good you're going to be recognized for that. End of the year bonuses come out this time of year anyway, so it could be something like that. It could be a promotion. If you have not been putting the effort into a project, say at work again, we'll talk about work, but it could be in any arena of your life. Whatever you've been putting in is going to come back to you. So say you haven't been putting the effort into a relationship or into a project or into whatever thing, that's going to also be reflected back to you as and brought into balance. And so, you know, how you teach, how you treat people, how you treat situations, how much effort you put in is going to make a difference coming up here. All right, so cards are ready. Let's talk about, okay. Let's talk about Saturday a little bit, though, because Saturday the moon gets into Scorpio, and Scorpio is, we still have... That's Scorpio energy. Okay, we still have Mars in Scorpio. And so you are being asked to do the deep dive again. Like we haven't been doing that for like the last 8 weeks. Okay, so deep dive down into how do you feel about something? Whatever this thing is that you're wrapping up, that you're finishing, your reputation, all this, how is all this making you feel? Like what are your true feelings? Really examining that, figuring that out. Please keep in mind that that moon is going to make a lot of negative, well, difficult aspects to those big planets over there in Capricorn. It's going to be in opposition to Uranus at some point too. And so with all this, people are going to be tense. It's a good time to spend some time alone and do that deep dive on your own. But if you do have to interact with people, just be aware that people are going to be a little testy, a little tense, lots of things coming to a head for everyone, and it isn't just you. Let's see. Anything else? Okay, so the 21st is the winter solstice, longest day of the year. If you're in the southern hemisphere, I'm happy for you. But up here in the northern hemisphere, in the great white north here, it is the longest night of the year. And so the good news is that we will be on the upswing after this. So, woohoo! Okay, and the sun is going to move into Capricorn. So the sun moves into Capricorn 11:19 p.m. on the 21st of December. And so the sun will be in Capricorn until January 19th. And so that is what we are going to spend the bulk of this time on now. So let's get into just a little bit more guidance on what is going on for you this week, because you had a lot of cards that came out. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, these are good cards. So things are moving. The Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. It is a new opportunity. If you are an entrepreneur, it seems like you could be getting some new business coming in, and I think things will pick up very quickly for you. If there is a situation, this looks financial, but it could be an idea that it requires practical planning, requires day-to-day doing the work, putting in the effort, but this is good. You have some really good positive energy here of moving forward, and moving forward rapidly with that Knight of Wands energy there. And so even though the Page of Pentacles is young energy, it's a new beginning, it's a new start, it looks like things are going to be picking up and moving very quickly, and so that is good news. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Okay, so again, that Virgo energy, keeps showing up here. We have the mouse. Tend to the small things. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the details. Oh, look at this. It also clarifies that this is a lucky time. So, yes, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely turning in your favor. Use your mind wisely. Again, paying attention to the details. it seems like you've got a new idea brewing here. And then you have truth transcends illusion. This, though, when I see the dragonfly, this feels more like spiritual transformation than in the physical world. However, I feel like it's important to remember that during that full moon in Gemini, some things should have been revealed to you that would definitely been illuminating. Let's put it that way. And so there was endings of cycles that were a long time in coming. And so let's see what we have here now. So moving forward for the Capricorn season, these are actually, what an interesting combination. Okay, so we have upper world, we have the eagle, we have the beloved, and we have the coyote. We're going to go to the book, Mystical Shaman Oracle, and we're going to just kind of read what it has to say about these different things. You have to pardon the light, but old eyes must have light to see. That's just the rules. Okay, the beloved is recognition of spirit in another, moving towards spirit through another. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of a child, our parent, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with another. When you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth the highest and the purest nature. Follow the path of love. So, I wonder if you have like a new romantic situation coming in too. I mean, this looks good. It's a lucky time. All right, the coyote. The coyote does not look as great as the beloved. The coyote is the symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. The coyote brings the energy of the divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that the coyote brings you in the opposite of what you had hoped for. The lessons offered may be at first confusing, but for most are sacred and always for the highest good. And so, again, I kind of wonder if you're not ending a relationship that was there to teach you a lesson, and that's why the Wheel of Fortune is now moving in your favor, and you have an opportunity coming to you soon. So be on the lookout for this beloved. And then we have the upper world and the eagle. We'll read the eagle first because it's next in the book and easier to find. The eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun and new beginnings. So you definitely have a new beginning at hand here for the Capricorn season. She soars high in the sky and sees the smallest detail with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountains. For the eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend to acquired perspective so you can fly wing to wing with the Great Spirit. Have you become trapped in a daily routine and feel you do not know what it is you need to do next? Have you lost your sense of purpose? The eagle invites you to take a deep breath, spread your wings, and when was the last time that you opened them? The eagle reminds you that your spirit was born to soar to the heavens. As you contemplate choices, ask yourself, do I want to live in a chicken coop, sheltered from life, counting on regular feedings, or do I want to soar like an eagle? If your answer is the latter, then you must accept the eagle's invitation and embrace the courage that will help you to choose freedom. So I do feel like there is a relationship. This feels like it could be business, okay? Absolutely, because we have the pentacles here. It could be a business relationship that's ending or a personal relationship that's ending, but there's a big decision that you've been working on anyways, and it is a choice to end one thing to do another, but it feels sort of like a risk, right? Like, you know, you're counting on your regular meals, or you're going to take a risk on this thing, but it looks like it has a lot. It's a lucky time, remember? You're in a lucky time. And so the upper world, angel, divine helpers, the ancient ones, all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will be. Discover your great potentials, unleash dreamt of possibilities. It is also the place where the spirit of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. When you perceive what you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. No kidding. Okay, so there's a leap of faith here. There is leaving behind what has been reliable, and I think I want to use the word stated, like not how it's like the breath of fresh air. It's an opportunity. And this trickster thing tells me that there was a point where you thought, this is it. This is going to be so amazing. This is going to be so great. This is the perfect job. This is the perfect relationship. It's like all these things were like, it just seems so perfect. And then one day you woke up and said, wow, this isn't really what I thought it was going to be at all. And, but to make the change it's risky, because there's anytime you step off, like the Fool, right? Stepping off the cliff into the unknown. Is there a net to catch me? Well, I don't think you need a net. I think that spirit is there, and then you won't need a net to catch you because you're going to fly. So the overall energy for the month was this. It was in the reverse. This is up in the air. But when it's in the reverse, this is the grounded, the practical. I've made a decision, and it is taking those dreams from the hot air balloon and bringing them down to the ground and grounding them in very practical steps forward. Kind of like the Page of Pentacles, making those steps and moving things forward in a direction that you want to go. And so the overall energy is this choice, this decision that hopefully you're not still up in the air about. But these cards kind of make me think you're in the decision-making process. The key to the situation here is strategy. So I think maybe the decision's been made, but the question is, what do I do next? Pay attention to the details, right? You had that mouse and the pig. Both of them were saying that you really need to choose your next steps wisely. Use your mind wisely. Use the opportunity to create the strategy that you need. The exit strategy, it feels like, and also it feels like more than that, how do I lay the structures and the foundation for this new beginning so that it works? And when you have Jupiter in Capricorn and you have Saturn in Capricorn, which rules Capricorn, it is about expanding in a stable way where the structure can withstand the transformative energies, because we've got Uranus in a nice angle with this energy over there in Taurus, which, so it's about chaos creating opportunities. And so you have a lot going on here. So being thoughtful about how you take your next steps is going to become important. So in the recent past, we have the will, the wisdom, and the mind in the house of the book. And the book is about seeking knowledge and information. And so seeking it from your higher self, the will, the wisdom, and the mind. And so again, it is employing your strength and your strategy, your mind, and having the will, the fortitude to pull all this together and learn from past mistakes, because that's where the wisdom comes in. And I hate to use the word mistakes, so let me change that. Learning from the past experiences, what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. Everything in life is a lesson. I remember someone telling me once that that's not true, and I just said, yes, it is. You learn what works and what doesn't work. It's all lessons. And from the lessons flow the blessings, okay? You can't have one without the other. All right, so you have the architect up here in the area of transformation. And the architect, again, says building good structures matters. It matters how you lay the foundation. It was in the reverse, and I'm actually going to leave it in the reverse because the architect is pointing to what's important, and the architect is pointing to the will, the wisdom, and the mind. It is going to be using all of you to create the strategy that works in your favor. The willpower the mind to create the strategy that is derived from the wisdom of your experiences, and the willpower to stick to the plan. Okay, so in the future we have the lightning bolt, and the lightning bolt is actually in the reverse, and I think I want to read what that says, because I think that in the reverse is the way you want it. This is an exceptional time of dynamic force and energy. You may have suffered a loss, but the storm is dissipating. Some cleanup might be required, but this is the time to set down new roots, to seek new growth, new opportunity, new ground, and apply your energy to whatever compels you now. A bolt of lightning reaches up to the heavens. It is nothing less than the divine power that moves through you and rises up from the depths of creation. Own it. It is a force that can help you light up the earth. Okay, that is so much better than in the upright. Wow. You are a force of nature. You can create what you think about. Where you set your intentions is what you're going to create here. And so really, really, this is your opportunity to really focus on what it is that really works for you. Don't mind me while I play with the lights, because we were having a snowstorm a few minutes ago, and now the sun is shining. Michigan, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Okay, in the recent past, you were in the area of the mice, and the mice in this particular thing isn't about the details so much as worrying about what's working and how do I meet it's worries and anxieties. And the worries and anxieties were, how do I clear the obstacles out of my way? And so again, we're back to the strategy. Okay, in the future, you are being encouraged to call upon your higher self. Okay, the will, the wisdom, and the mind. Well, the wisdom is your higher self. Okay, this is action, this is thoughts, and this is past experiences. And the past experiences are not limited to just what has happened in this life. And so by asking for guidance from your higher self, from your spirit guides, your ancestors, for guidance as you move forward in matters of the heart, I want to say, listen to your heart. What feels right? What feels right? Because even if you think, I don't know what in the depths of your soul feels like the right thing to do, that is it. That's the answer. Okay? So work in the direction of what makes your heart sing, what feels good, what seems right. You will know. In the recent past, the obstacle has been the spirit has been trying, they've been knocking on the door. And maybe you didn't hear them. Maybe there was too much noise from all the anxiety and the stresses in your life. So take some time to journal. Journal is a great way to channel spirit. If you are not a practitioner of meditation, if you are, it's time to get back to it. Yoga is another really great way. Standing in the shower, taking a saltwater bath. These are just allowing your mind to be empty and see what thoughts come to you. Lots of ways to make this space for spirit. You're in the process of, this card shows up so many places. You are in the process of being right on time to meet somebody, either in business or in personal. But since we have the beloved here, it could be that if you had a relationship that did not work out, do not mourn that relationship. Instead, be grateful for the lessons that it taught you, and that now you are in the position to meet this person, this soul, that you agreed to meet up with at this particular time and space before you both incarnated into this lifetime. Now, this could be someone that helps you in business. This could be someone that helps you on your spiritual journey. It could be some kind of a mentor or guide, somebody that you plan to do work with. Maybe it's someone you're here to help. You know, when it's a fated meeting, it feels very partnership, like you're both there to help each other. Okay? But it could be love. You have the Ark of the Covenant in the future. This is the covenant that you make with yourself to be on track with your spirit, with your soul's work, with what you plan to do. This fated meeting has to do with this, okay? Whoever it is that you're meeting, it's part of your soul's plan. It was the plan all along. And so as you've made this decision, as you've decided to move forward, using strategy, paying attention to what you are thinking, because what you are thinking, you're going to create. So keep it positive. Keep it future forward. Release the past. Thank the people that have hurt you along the way for the lessons that they taught you to prepare you for this moment, this really important moment of where it is that you're going, because you are on a freaking roll. Literally, you're on a roll. Things are moving in the right direction, and I can hear some of you say, finally. Yes, finally, things are moving in the right direction, and it's going to be picking up speed. It kind of feels to me like it's rolling downhill. So it might have started out kind of slow, but it's definitely going to be getting faster as we go. That top card just really wanted to come out. We'll see what else we get here. And so then we'll get some more advice here from Spirit on all this, but honestly, paying attention to the details. Being consistent and meticulous in how you handle it, but you are definitely on the way to something wonderful here. Just work it. Just work it. So so we have animal guardian, trust your instincts. That thing that you feel in your heart of hearts, that's right. That's the answer. And then we have druid, hold space. So this fated meeting here, hold space for that person, that opportunity, okay? This looks like it's in this month because I'm doing these readings based on this month, but honestly, the energy is so strong from Capricorn that it could literally be the whole year. The whole year is going to have this Capricorn energy. It's the energy of 4, which is stability. And the Emperor, people like to attribute that to maybe Aries, maybe Taurus. I say no, it is Capricornian energy. It is being the CEO of your life and creating stability, which is based on living within the right boundaries. That's Saturn energy. And so, yes, the devil also represents Saturn because, that's when you live outside of the boundaries. I say pick the Emperor. Hold that space. It says grow within your current situation. So continue the spiritual growth that you're on, the will, the wisdom, and the mind, and see. Okay, so grow within and see beyond. You have the seer, and see beyond your current situation. So there's still some growth as you make this transition, and it is a transition, right? But this feels like spiritual growth. I feel like you're growing in your soul journey here. So, using your intuition. 3 cards here that definitely are saying that. And this holding space for this fated meeting that is setting up right now. Hold space for that and continue to learn the lessons that you're on here. You have spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond a lifetime. That is that fated meeting card. And love makes a difference. Love can heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and self-importance. And I want to say that is self-love. This is that love you get from someone else. Okay? Your sense of security and self-worth, that doesn't come from someone else. That comes from you. That comes from you loving yourself. So this is self-love. When you love yourself, if you've been learning anything along the way, continue to grow within your current situation. Hopefully that is what you are learning. You are learning that you are growing. So the card that really wanted to come out was this Empress, and it's the growth. This is the divine feminine energy of time to take action, the power of creativity, and success that allows for a life of luxury. Oh, Leo, I know you hate that. So this is this growth, this moving forward, grow within your current situation. But we do have the 4 of Summer. And I think this is more of a warning than anything else. This is a warning to not miss this opportunity. This is a warning to take that leap of faith. The 4 of Cups just sits there and lets life slide by. The ego and the upper world are saying, take the risk, take the chance. Don't be up in the air about the situation. Make the decision and ground your dreams down into reality and move yourself forward. Use your intuition, follow your inner guidance. You'll know what to do. You really will if you give yourself the chance. These are the postcards from Spirit. Let's get you some final guidance here for this really, really important start to the new year, to the new decade. So many things happening. Looks like you get two. This one was falling off. It says, Dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable, but leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed into taking a step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of the higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this. Try something new. Do something different. You won't know what it feels like or what it looks like or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be so glad you did because the treasures will appear. We are so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and supported. Take that leap of faith. And dear you, selfless giving is the elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity is being asked of you. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or do a solid kindness to someone for no other reason than this is an exercise of the heart. You will be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in the immediate exchange, so temper your expectations. Know that life has an uncanny way of sending miracles seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows and the more love and abundance you will experience. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer for you. That could be that fated meeting, right? Take it and trust that you are worthy and deserving of it. You have to receive, not just give. We love you so much over here. Wow, Leo, really, really great stuff here. You have an opportunity to really move your life forward if you can just make the choice and the decision to do so. And do so with generosity in your heart. If you are leaving a job behind, if you're leaving a living situation behind, or a relationship behind, something, don't throw a stick of dynamite in it on your way out the door, because that will come back later to bite you in the butt. Karma debts are being paid quicker, the repayment process. So be generous of heart, be generous of spirit. Love yourself. Do what feels right, what feels good for you, using your mind, your willpower, and the wisdom. And the wisdom comes from being in connection with your higher self. You can do this. This is exciting times, and I'm cheering you on. And I can tell you Spirit is too. All right? You take care. We'll talk soon.